Hey guys, hold on baby. So, I want to share what just happened to me. And I'm going to tell you why afterwards I'm sharing this with you. So, I'm taking my usual morning walk with Nisa. And when you go down one of my streets on Tackleberry, it goes into like a loop. But you have to be very careful because with all the trees and stuff, it's very hard to see. Actually, I'll walk down there while I'm talking so I can show you. So as I'm walking, I'm very cautious about when I walk there because a lot of people drive really fast around there. And where I live down the street from Woodland Public School. So there are a lot of kids that live in this area, including my own. That's my biggest fear with my son, is him driving. Sorry, I got a rock in my shoe. About him riding his bike on this road. So I make him take the sidewalk around. So I'm just at the loop, and this black truck comes barreling down around the corner. And as soon as he gets around the corner, I looked back at him. I don't even know if he saw me, but as soon as he gets around the corner, he steps on his gas and goes really fast up to the stop sign. So hold on one second. Let me see if I can. Well, I can't turn it around, so I'll do this. So there's the stop sign. Here's the street. Lisa, come here. Okay, and we're going to go up to the bend, to the loop. So it's not far. The stop sign's not that far, but for whatever reason, he decided to slam on the gas. So I decided to go back around because if you go, the loop is to the right. If you go left, then it takes you to the sidewalk. So you can just keep walking around a circle, which is sometimes what we do. But there's also a light there. So I figured he'd be going right towards the light. Most people do. I was hoping he would. So when he did, this was stupid on my part. They always say, road rage is bad. Don't instigate people. But I was mad. I'm just so grateful my son wasn't here. He could have hit me or my dog. If he had hit my dog, then I'd be in jail. So anyways, so I go around and I see him pull up to the light. And no. Hold on one second. Hey, that's enough. Now I'm stuck. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's the loop. Hopefully you can see that. And it's a sharp turn. So you can't see, I can't see cars coming around, and they can't see me walking. So it's important that you drive slow going around there. And most people do, but there's always jerks. So anyways, when he gets to the light, I start going like this. Nisa, say. I start going like this with my arm and go and like tapping my muscle and going, yeah, you're a big tough guy. So, so he starts, stop! He starts screaming out the window. I cut my finger off. I'm going to the hospital, you stupid bitch. And I'm like, oh, you poor baby. And I don't feel sympathy because I am really sorry this guy cut his finger off, but it is not worth killing somebody, especially a child, because you need to get to the hospital. If it was that bad, he should have called the ambulance. So I said, oh, poor baby. And he's like, shut the fuck up, you ugly bitch. I get that a lot. I'm not the prettiest girl. And yes, sometimes I do these special effects because I have a difficulty with my looks. And I shouldn't be doing that because, you know what? I'm an advocate. I'm a crisis worker. I bring awareness. I teach women not to be ashamed of themselves. But when I first wake up in the morning, I'll have my makeup on. Yes, I like to use filters. And you know what? I don't know many people that don't. So it is what it is. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is for two reasons. One, don't be stupid like me. This guy could have pulled a gun or a knife or whatever. He was mad enough, so anything could have happened. And two, to all you people out there, I don't care if you're a man, woman, and I hate to say it, but younger people are the worst for it. They're first getting their license and they want to speed and have fun. I don't care what the situation. I don't care how much unless you are literally dying. There is no excuse to drive the way that guy did and put someone's life in danger, especially with all the kids that ride their bikes around here. You know, there's a lot of older couples who either by themselves or with their husbands, they do their daily walks. You know, that is, anybody that lives in this area knows there are a lot of walkers, there are a lot of kids. And especially for somebody, I'm sorry you cut your finger off, but that to me is not worth killing somebody over and then throwing a tantrum because you could have hit me or my dog. And then, out of whatever reason, you didn't need to, once you went around that corner, you didn't need to speed up and start screeching your tires and acting like an idiot. Like, that's something a 10-year-old would have done, not a grown man. So grow the fuck up. So, just, you know what? Shit happens. And, you know, we all handle, you know, trauma or injuries or scary things. We all handle it differently. You know, some of us panic. I do. But not at the cost of somebody getting hurt. That is never an excuse. I bet that guy, if he had to hit somebody, especially a kid, I bet you that cut finger would be way, way insignificant for the amount of time that he would have gotten in jail. Not to mention the jail that he would be in his head for the rest of his life for taking a life over something that wasn't that big of a deal. Trust me, I have had injuries my whole life. I've been beaten. I have been, you know, I've overdosed. I've had my head split open twice. I've broken limbs. You know what? I get it. But I would never, ever put someone's life at risk just so I could take care of my own. Maybe that's just me, but I don't believe my life, sorry, hold on guys, to be any more important than someone else's. So I just wanted to share that with you. You know, like I tell people, we're in the entitlement era. That's what I call it, because nowadays we are raising people, or people are becoming, because of COVID and isolation and trauma and ignorance and non-education and all kinds of reasons, whatever they may be, that people are becoming more and more entitled, feel like they are entitled to get what they want, do what they want, hurt people at any cost. You know, I guarantee the story would be completely different if I was somebody in his family, if I was driving that truck and somebody in his family was coming around that corner and came home and told him what happened, he'd be losing his shit and he'd probably be going out and looking for the person. I know I would be. So, you know what? You need to treat people the way you expect to be treated. I know it's an old cliche, but it's true. So, stay safe, be kind, you know, always think before you do something, and try to put your perspective on the other side. Whatever the situation may be, think about the other person's point of view. This is why people fight so much. You know, we need to have conversations. Okay? Listen.